similarly, the question of creating employment via agriculture, grow box, in East Port of Spain, there isn't to say, well, it's a land here and there, but it's a community garden, your back door, your backyard, in fact, could create a certain level of opportunities for whether it's agro-processing. You have your kitchen, you buy your product and you make your little pepper sauce, or your what have you, your jam, your jelly, or what have you. All right. Now, should that be encouraged? Because we cannot continue to depend on the government providing work. All right. Can the government see it fit to create these type of opportunities for the NGOs? Because a number of programs that the NGOs is more or less has been embarking on, whether it's summer camp and this kind of, not really, we don't have summer here, but vocational camp.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The government promoting that now.
No.
So there's no room for NGOs, CBOs, or NPOs to sort of, pursue something and they get support during that 2 months period for the vocation to pursue. They're not supporting it.
No, I won't say the NGOs and them are not supporting, They are supporting, but there are so many different areas that they could, that people requiring fundings for whatever project they may have. They have so many. You as an NGO now have to do a little research on these different groups. You understand? Because remember, you're going to be funding these people. So you want a little history on them, how serious they are about whatever project they put in forward.
You like a bureaucratic process. The government must know who's an NGO, how authentic they is, and so on.
We're talking about people who donate or who help sporting bodies.
Right.
You talk about the technology have a lot to do with what is happening now, where contribution and attribution
Mr. Dave, what I'm proposing here, right? Mr. Sylvester, in fact. What I'm proposing here is avenues where we could run with certain ideas, not bureaucracy that they're supposed to be researched if they're bona fide.
No, you didn't grasp what I'm trying to get at.
No, but what I'm the answer, the sort of question I'm asking you is, what is your take on how we could go forward? Not I want to debate on how bona fide a group is. Because obviously, for you to be on the team to be considered, you would have to pass some kind of litmus test or something like that. So go back to we have to avoid a bureaucratic kind of approach.
Well, if you want to avoid...
That is why the government is as lame as it is.
How do you avoid a traffic light? I have one question.
That's a bit too high for me.
Right. A traffic light goes in 3 kilometers.
Let me move on. We're moving on to the forex. I think that is
the foreign exchange.
Yes.
The average man on the street won't understand what forex really is about and foreign exchange. Now, let me tell you the trick in foreign exchange where business is concerned. Once the value of the American dollar, they can make a value on it, which means they can buy more goods, there'll be more want for it.
How that impact on the poor man?
Listen, that's trying to show you. This is what the poor man doesn't know. So I'm just trying to highlight it here that the poor man can know. When the foreign exchange is valued, the American dollar is valued, you get more requests for it because they can buy more goods. But when it is on a lower value, on a lower scale, let me say it's $7 for a US dollar right now, you're going to get more requests. Let's say go down to $6, you're going to get less requests.
You're suggesting that the government open the floodgate for foreign US dollars to be available to its citizens?
No, they can't actually open the floodgate because then all the undesirables will step in.
What is the point we sort of zeroing in on? Because
what I'm really trying to say is once the value of if the foreign exchange is at its highest, you're going to get more demand for it. And once it's at its lowest, its demand is going to be less. So it's time our government open their eyes to that factor.
So they're not aware of that.
They're aware of it, but they're not thinking about it as a problem. But it is a problem.
So how we get the availability of the US dollar, so that they now could recognize that when your point that you're making, that when the goods is high or when the goods is low,
the money, the value of the dollar, the foreign dollar, you're getting more for the foreign dollar, you get more requests for it.
And what about the world moving away from this forex or this US dollar?
That is still some time to come, because they're now in the preliminary stages, the preliminary stages. You have to wait another 6 months to see how BRICS go and how this one go and how that one go, competing against the American dollar.
Any good planner would start making provision for the future in terms of the direction.
Somehow you understand. You have a clear understanding of how that goes.
Right. The other point, the minimum wage in terms of the $20.
The $3 hike?
$3, yeah.
I still think I'm grateful that the government has seen through that the fact that people, the wage sector need a little increase. You understand? But as a double-edged sword. Once you raise the minimum wage, prices is going to go up. You raise taxes, prices is going to go up. So I'm hoping the government can leeway and hold these prices hiking up so we can have a balance with the minimum wage bill.
I like that point you make. The last point I like to open or like your input in is the question of agriculture. No, wait, let me complete. Agriculture in the sense because we as a community cannot ask for industry in Port of Spain. We don't have no wharf. We can't say, well, we want about 20 people or 500 people to go on the wharf, right? To work as an industry. We don't have factories in Port of Spain, right? For a matter of fact, we have this situation where one cannot go into another one area and so on. So the whole question of we had to devise, we is the best to sort of determine what could work for us. You believe that?
Yes,
or you believe that the government
had
to find some kind of some kind of a piecemeal working plan for us, like the URP and the CPEP and so on, which ain't working for us. You have to be a special favorite at the MPs in order to get a CPEP contract, right? You have to be a favorite of the MP again, right, to get a URP or to be on the URP, okay? Now, CPOs particularly have been exploring the possibility of promoting grow box in the community, like little community gardens, little agro-processing areas with a kitchen. It have centers. You could create.
I have to compliment you on that, Mr. Morgan, because you are one of the pioneers behind grow box. You understand? You are one of the main in this sector and in this section of Port of Spain area. And grow box, this is the technology we have to be getting into right now.
Because it creates an avenue for employment opportunities amongst the youths.
It is.
Right?
It has and it will. Understand? But it has to be implemented in the sense that, you know, that with understandability. Now, advertising is one way of getting youth interested in grow box.
You make that point, but I just want to make a counterpoint in terms of we have continually appealed to the Ministry of Agriculture. We have appealed to Forster come in with these youth initiatives and so on. But for whatever reason, they tend not to take us seriously.
Yeah.
As you know, in order for you to be heard in this society, you have to beat pan and bring out your posy
and wave flag
and wave flag and go tired.
Not cutting it there, no. Not cutting it there.
Yeah.
Grow box is the future. because of climate change, grow box will be the future.
And I agree that you will also
Listen.
provide your own food.
Right.
Because
We're
cannot
talking about the
continue.
first. We're talking about the first one. Let me talk about creating the project on a larger scale. Let me talk about grow box on a more independent. We have to encourage in school. Grow box from in school.
Mr. Sylvester.
No. When I say we have to start teaching our
I
children.
agree with what you're saying, but that is already existing.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not. Well, if it is existing, I don't see
The
it.
Ministry of Education have the whole program, the 4-H club and whatnot and whatnot.
Yes,
when
but
they
Mr.
dealing
Morgan,
with agriculture.
Mr. Morgan, not cutting, yeah? You see these, they tell you about, yes, this school doing that and this program doing that. They are not actually on the scale it's supposed to be done. If you understand what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
let me I tackling things. I am advocating for certain things that we have, the community have some control over. The Ministry of Education, the various ministry, that is a kettle of fish for them. So I can advocate for the school curriculum and their program and so on.
Yeah, but
what we are saying, and we want to keep it kind of tight because we don't have all the time. I am suggesting, based on our history, based on what CPOs have embarked on for years, the whole question of promoting agriculture to feed our community for healthy living, for healthy produce, because is a whole aspect of greenhouse and a whole aspect
right.
of proper
it's
way
a new way of doing things now because climate change and the technology we have now.
Correct.
The type of technology we have now makes it a lot more easier. As we see on our cell phone, on our phone, the type of way certain products are being grown in the outside world.
Right. But I want to get to some decision making. I don't just want to talk about something. I want to gauge the public as to what we should be embarking on. Right? So the technique in wrapping up, we want to sort of request for members of the public to be part and parcel because we have embarked on it. We have proposal right now to the Ministry of Agriculture, the various ministry, East Port of Spain. We're waiting on some funding from them. They have looked at the proposal and they are at the process of making a decision as to what they could do to assist the program. And we are of the view that if you empower the community to get programs like this off the ground, we will have an impact on the
yes, you will have an impact once it is done in the manner we said it's been done. How you know explain it? If they put the input that they're supposed to do into it, yes,
support from the various entities.
Entity.
And that is where we have to devise a method and strategy to go to these ministry or these stakeholders and sort of find out what's happening, because the whole community and the bread and butter issue they're dealing with, the survival, because we don't have the industries where we could go to and ask our job. We cannot continue to be maid and servant and cleaners and things like that. We want to be involved, our people want to be involved in certain aspect, economic aspiration of the community.
Yes, but the community have to be brought up on an educational, whatever project the community want to be doing, they have to have the education in that project.
Well,
they have to be educated in that
when
project.
you raise a point like that, it's a say, well, it doesn't have that. CPOs, as I mentioned before, have a proposal, have the membership.
That was I said, Mr. Morgan, you are one of the pioneers.
Correct.
In this area.
So then what we want to do, we want to center the argument and the narrative towards the various institutions that is throwing a blind eye and pretend they're giving
not cutting you, Mr. Morgan. What? No, you are one of the pioneer members in Thing Box. What are the problems you bunks up so far? What name one of the problems?
No, you're not listening to me. I'm now saying that
No,
when we put forward our proposal, there's nobody to answer us. Nobody is given a sort of positive response to what
from
we're
these
doing.
institutions.
All right.
Okay.
So I want to sort of we press for time. We run out
Yeah,
of
the
time
time
for that
over,
matter.
sorry.
And I want to thank you for
Appearance.
your appearance, and we want to welcome more people like you, grassroots people, to come and have a sit down and discuss community issues. So, dear viewers, we appreciate your viewing of the show, and we like to see you next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, at the Michael Morgan Show.